So let's see, last minute advice I would give if you're going to the playa. One is that you will not be prepared enough. You will never have everything that you need. So one thing that we've been focused on the office lately is process, not outcome. Don't get focused on having everything. Get focused on, am I doing everything as well as I could? Meaning, if I have a checklist, have I gone over it? Am I thinking about leave no trace? Do I have the basics that I need to survive from the survival guide? Have I got my water figured out? Do I have some shade situation figured out? And then the other part of that is a huge part of, bringing your stuff is bringing you and your mentality, which means that if you're in a theme camp, you help people in your theme camp do whatever they need done. It means if you're not in a theme camp, it means meeting your neighbors. One of the first things you should do is walk around. Maybe not first thing, but pretty darn close. Figure out who's around you. If you can offer them a hand or say, hey, when you guys get to your big parachute, make sure you let me know. I'm happy to give a hand for anything that needs extra labor. And just establish the tone that, we're teammates, we're family. If you want to bring an extra blank or bring a bottle of Jack and offer them a shot as you walk around, I'm sure that will, or whatever beverage or food item is representative to you, and befriend. Because this is going to be your family. This is going to be people that, in the middle of the night as you are screaming because you need a bandage, these are the people that hopefully will help you. So if you're in an official theme camp or just have neighbors, either way, this is the team that you're going to take on this week with. So helping people, and the other thing is start thinking about that gift mentality from step one. It's easy, especially after the wait to get in. And I would say you get selfish and you want to get there and you want to take care of yourself. But try to imagine the minute that you leave your house that Burning Man has started. And the experience of the drive there and whatever happens along the way in terms of car problems or waits in line or any of the things like that, try to think of all of that as part of the experience and the adventure and try to have some fun with it. Try to get wacky with it. If you are stuck in a car for an hour in the dust next to somebody else, maybe you want to get out of your car and, make a puppet show or maybe get out of your car. That way you don't have to get yourself even dusty or get dust in your car. Do a puppet show. Hold up signs to the car next to you. That mentality, it can start as soon as you want. And then that gifting mentality, think about as you get to the playa, the reason why you want to get there as soon as possible is not to start partying as soon as possible. It's because the more that you contribute to building Black Rock City, the more rewarding it is. And so if you establish to your neighbors, if you help out, if you hold a stake, if you anything that you can do to be a part of helping an art project, if you're done, maybe wander around and say, hey, do you guys need me to grab you something, or you want me to grab, even if someone's, bring some ice to somebody who's working on a project out in the sun or something like that. I mean, that would be awesome. In fact, if you have a minor camp and you're done setting up, buy some ice and bring hey, you want me to fill up your water bottle with ice? I just thought of that, just like that. Anyway, my point is that seeing yourself as the ability to give right away will change your experience, and it will change the way people react to you, and it'll change the way you see the whole event. What else? Thaddeus points out, take notes or keep a diary. Every year, I make mental notes about what I want to make sure that I bring next year. And every year, I forget. So yeah, if you having a piece of the pad of paper that you keep, maybe on the floorboard of your car, or and keeping Sharpies around at all times, because you can always write a note on yourself, like an address. You just write it on your arm. Duct tape and a Sharpie turns anything into a notepad. A bike, a hubcap. Write on the duct tape, I mean. Don't write on people's hubcaps or bikes. As you get excited about how you're setting up, be very aware of where you put your keys. I know some people that bury their keys, like, somewhere near their car as soon as they get there. That way they know where it's going to be. Another tip is, as you are arriving as soon as you leave Reno, when you are within hours, start pounding water as much as you can. And if that means you have to pull over on the side of the road and pee 6 times on the way, do it, because a lot of people, when you get the adjustment to the dryness, you're excited, you're not drinking enough water. If you get dehydrated, and that you can lose a day. I have actually lost 24 hours because I got so dehydrated and I got such a bad headache and I just couldn't get up. That happened once, but it only has to happen once before you realize that it's severe. And that forcing hydration on yourself, like forcing yourself to gulp water, even if it means pulling over, is important. There's all sorts of things to do in the playa. I consider every destination as simply an excuse for movement. Be very aware that there are going to be the flow, the inner guidance, your intuition is going to be stronger there than it probably ever has been before. And so if your mind has a desire to be at a certain place, and yet someone amazing just invites you to go with them in that direction, go with them. Or if you were just singing a song about rainbows and then a rainbow art car drives by and they stop and someone gets off and there's a spot for one more person, get on. Listen to the signs. They will be brighter and stronger than you may have ever experienced before. At the point you're like, did that really happen? So then when you get back to your car, write a note, say, this happened. Remember that you're a gift. Remember that you're an artist. Remember that become aware of how many patterns you have of rules. Like, I have this belief that every night I'm supposed to go back to my camp and sleep in my bed. And I do that every night, even at Burning Man. I know some people that they go to Burning Man and I won't see them for 3 days. And they'll just wander around and they'll go till they're tired and they'll fall asleep in some shade structure, and then they'll get up and they'll meet some people and then they'll go eat with them, and they totally let go of all the patterns of their lives. And why not? So even if you don't let go of them, let it be an opportunity to become aware of the patterns that you assume are absolute but are not absolute. Letting go of those absolutes will let in the flow, and that's when magic happens. You'll be surprised if you let it. So thank you in advance for letting yourself feel the flow and let the magic happen, and be aware that you are, even with all this flow, you are in control of your experience. So if you ever feel uncomfortable, say no thank you, gotta go. Everyone is out there on their own trip. And there are some people who, might be a little more randy than you, and nothing wrong with steering yourself into somebody that you feel comfortable with. In fact, you should make that be a mandatory rule for yourself. Someone told me recently, don't sleep with anybody that you wouldn't want to be. Isn't that a good rule? That being said, if you would like to be me, I cannot wait to meet you. I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you let your heart shine brightly and make the playa what it is meant to be, which is a gift. Thank you. I love you. I'm at 845 and Esplanade at Pink Heart. Come by any day for ice cold cucumber water, vegan ice cream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the Pink Ride. The pinnacle of my burn is on Thursday at noon. We'll tell some stories and then go for a ride. Dress in pink if you can. Noon, 845 in Esplanade. I love you. Whee!